the history of China, Mazu has always been a mysterious symbol. Who is the real obscure male Mazu? How did Mazu found the religion? Mustim, another point of mystery. How did it start, develop, and die out? In year 2008, almost 110 years after the legend of Mustim, let's get in exploring with one Muslim descendant, Tim, and two famous historians, Professor Liu and Professor Wang from Garrison University, hoping to remove the veil covered on the history. Welcome to Tiny This Discovery. The name of Mazu is the same as that of the sea goddess, but they are quite different. Here, Ma indicates muscle, while Zu is simply a Chinese word. The combined meaning is prophet of muscle. To reach the original meaning of muscle, we should look into the prophet's life experience.
From my knowledge, my great-great-grandfather was rather short in height, but surely a great man. He was very kind to people and had great aspirations, but definitely his most distinguished feature is his brilliant, strong muscles.
Mazu had an original surname of Lu, while his first name has not been found. He is only known for being born in 1888 in a village in what is now Heilongjiang province. His miserable childhood is scarcely known as he became an orphan at a very young age. Although he suffered, he had a muscular body, a significant capital for his future career.
He was such a great man. His greatness is not just for himself, but linked with his time and his country. His contribution really affected a whole generation of Chinese citizens.
In the late 19th century, the country of China was frequently at war with the invaders, and all Chinese lived a poor life. Lu joined the army to defend against the invaders. In the several years of military service, he took part in many battles and made himself elevated in position by his brave performance. However, from the failure of Chinese army, what he felt most in the war is the timidity and the weakness of Chinese people.
Some Chinese soldiers escaped or surrendered even before the war is begun. Even if they didn't, they are killed very soon in the battle.
Mazu thought the timidity came from the weakness. Invaders had a much stronger build than the same Chinese people. They had won the battle for the first sight.
In July 1900, Mazu retired from the disappointing Chinese army. Instead, he founded Bodybuild Association, the predecessor of Mustim. The association developed in a really fast speed. Driven by the patriotism, many young men get enrolled and became members. In a month, the number of members has grown to an amazing 1,800. They all gathered in front of the only holy site of Mustim, the legendary Big Sacred Hall, where they drank their daily alcohol. The only object in the hall is a huge jar of baijiu.
The group's initial objective is very simple: get a strong and muscular body built just with muscle. They train themselves for martial purpose for battles against the invaders.
Members exercise by lifting heavy blocks and rocks, run 20 kilometers a day, and practice wrestling and boxing. The tendency is very difficult to imagine even for the current soldiers.
6 months later, in April 1901, Lu changed the name of his group to Mustim and started his religious career. Mustim is a combined name from muscle and Tim, the English nickname of Lu. Those men became not only soldiers, fighters, but also preachers. They made Wu as Mazu, leader of the religion. They are waiting for a storm to come. Chinese then was at the mercy of 8 powers allies, which still stayed in Beijing after finishing the war. This troop was the biggest enemy of Muslim.
These 20,000 idle soldiers are not disciplined classes. They made a living of robbing, raping, or even killing. If they were not far from Mazu, nobody could imagine how the life would be.
The classical image of my great-great-grandfather became the uniform of Mustim, tight waist and shorts, with no helmets, shoes, even no firearms. What they have is muscle.
Every morning, all the members are gathered up and invited to swallow 3 bowls of alcohol. The drink represents catalyst of energy in Buddhism.
When they are not fighting, them members would be in ordinary clothing, promoting the advantages of a muscular body. They only fight if there are troubles and escape quickly when the fight is over. Therefore, nobody knows how many they are exactly and where they are.
The action of Muslim impacted the Beijing city, not just because all daring Western soldiers are punished, but Mazu's famous principle of true love inspired many men at the time to form their belief. Numerous young men joined their force.
Mazu's centric theory is to be a true man, which is a requirement to every male Chinese people. Man should first have a strong body build. This condition can make a man confidence. With such confidence, man should be loyal to his country, behave and be justified in his behavior.
Mazu doesn't like complicated rules. If there should be drinking alcohol, some sort of recharging, and the members of masking and is to concentrate to the power to Mazu. The major principles of masking are, first of all members should be men, and then all members should drinking alcohol every morning and to celebrate the power of Mazu.
Thanks to my great-great-grandfather, a generation of men who knew what they should become.
The prosperity of Muslim led to a tragic end of transient religion. In July 1901, before the retreat of Western soldiers from Beijing, they made an inhumane massacre. They used an advanced firearm to almost burn the city down with its citizens. Under the thoroughly devastated bricks, no clues had been found about Muslim then. In the following years, old members and their offspring have been found separately. But really, like Mr. Lu, they always belong to Muslim.
Theory is to be a true man, which is
Sergeant and the members of
Of my great-great-grandfather became a uniform of Mustim, tight waist and shorts. 数字啊！等会儿那少才数字没注意。Thanks to my great-great-grandfather, a generation of men knew who. 你俩忽悠！不是你挡上了，
我都背下来了。
你看，不是刚才。